Hey everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to my reaction discussion for episode 5 of Delicious in Dungeon. First of all, if I look like a hot mess, more so than usual, that's because it is currently 47 degrees Celsius. That's 116 degrees Fahrenheit for my American viewers, and there is no AC in my office, and I've got lights pointing at me on top of anything. So yeah, I look a little bit like a greaseball, but whatever. It is what it is. Also, really quick, I have mentioned it in a video I posted earlier this week, but I am most likely not going to be releasing a Delicious in Dungeon episode next week because there is a whole situation going on where like we have to vacate our apartments because of some construction that needs to be done. So I will be away from my computer and I just won't be able to record. So no Delicious in Dungeon episode next week, most likely, along with my other videos. So just want to give a heads up. If you want to see more information, I'll have a link to that video down below where I explain like what's going on with that. But yeah, anyway, so the last episode was really an interesting one. A lot of information about the dungeon and the characters unveiled. So I believe they had made it down to the 3rd floor, where Senshi has like a hidden little rest area where he's keeping some golems to one use as basically like gardens so he can grow vegetables, and also the golems themselves help protect adventurers on the upper floors. So he's kind of like a protector of the dungeon. He's like the dungeon keeper in a way, and he also takes care of the like the bathrooms and things like that. So more to Senshi than we thought. Like he is definitely a protector, but like to see just how much effort he goes through to keep people safe, it's actually quite sweet. And then also to feed people as well. And then also kind of an insight into, first of all, learning that the dungeons have bathrooms. It's like these little um details that you wouldn't think about. And there is like an underground market, including there's like a tavern or a bar inside the dungeon itself where Senshi was going to like take his veggies to go and trade. But while that happened, a bunch of orcs came and just killed everybody in the bar, and the only reason he didn't kill Senshi was because they'd had um like interactions before where they have traded things before. But the orcs stay lower down into the dungeon. They don't tend to come up and disturb the other adventurers. The reason why they came up is because they spotted the red dragon, so they had to flee. So of course that's important information for our group. And they decided to kind of like, what I'm thinking of, to cooperate in the meantime. They went to the orcs' lair, and there is definitely some tension between Marsil and the orcs. The elves and the orcs do not get along, to say the least. But they kind of like broke bread literally over bread. Since she taught them how to make bread, they seem to be kind of like at a stalemate. Laos told the orc leader why he wants to kill the red dragon, because there's the whole thing about like whoever kills the red dragon basically has control over the dungeon. And Laos made a promise to the orc leader that he would not kick them out if he did defeat the red dragon. So with that, the orc told them, okay, the red dragon was spotted 2 floors below. So now we have an idea. This is where the dragon is. That's where they're going to be heading next. And that's kind of like, there we go. That's where we have left off. There's a lot of information in the last episode, so I really liked that. So let's continue on. Let's watch this episode before I pass out from heat exhaustion, and I'll give you guys my thoughts afterwards. Let's go. Okay, this is... Oh, this is like a completely different group with a dog man. Okay. Cabru. Okay, so completely different character. I wonder if this is going to be like a new important character, maybe a new member of the group. This is interesting. We're getting like insight into a completely different group of people. So obviously this guy is going to be pretty important. I'm guessing that our group is going to probably interact with this guy at some point in this episode, because why would they have this introduction with this character who's like, apparently he's got a reputation about him, and, you know, not have him show up at some point? Especially them talking about food, right? The dog character is kind of weirding me out. He just seems so out of place. I know it's a fantasy, but still. Whoa. Whoa. Is he like really into food as well? Oh, God. Man, they are really giving these guys a lot of screen time. Never say that out loud. Never say, like, oh, this doesn't seem so bad. You're just gonna shoot yourself in the foot. Oh, she's gonna get attacked by that thing. It's a zombie. Well, it's a skeleton, but it looks like a zombie to me. Especially things like this about, like, oh, she is so gonna get attacked by this guy, by that, like, skeleton thing. It is a zombie. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. I wonder if all these people are gonna get killed by the zombies except for this Kabaru guy. He definitely has the look of a main character, doesn't he? Of a leader. Why do I have a feeling they're not gonna make it back to town? Hey, there's our people. Oh, are they gonna find the zombified version of them? Literally! Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay, are they like dead though? Okay, no visible injuries. It, are they literally dead? That is kind of funny, the idea of like they had this big introduction with these new characters and then they just and then they're just dead. I love that. Maybe they'll come back. It would be great if it just was a fake out about like, oh, these are going to be some important characters, and then just dead. Oh, that's right. There's that thing in his sword. I forgot about that. That he's trying to keep a secret from everybody. Oh, it reacted to the gold. Oh, it's oh, I guess that's what it's like. It's a parasite, right? It's like those bugs where they control the host. Oh, that's sneaky. It's kind of like a mimic, where it's like it makes you think you're going to get some treasure and then you get attacked. Ugh, don't like it. Don't like bugs. Don't care for those. Marcel doesn't seem like she's a big fan of bugs too. Uh, she's not a fan of bugs, it seems. Oh, is one of them on her shoulder, it looks like? Treasure bugs. That is sneaky. Okay, so that sword is actually being good about, like, it lets him know when something's not right. He's becoming less and less human. These are edible. Oh my gosh. Literally, that's all he thinks about. Not even about, like, what's worth money. What can be made into food? We're gonna be eating bugs this episode. I feel like this is not gonna be one of the more appealing looking meals, but maybe it'll surprise me. Have you guys ever eaten bugs before? I have. I've had they were I don't remember what bugs there were, but they were basically like these little things and they were mixed in with like a some sort of like chili powder mix. I actually wouldn't have been able to tell you that it tasted like bugs. It just tasted like the flavoring. They were just crunchy. I've said it before, if you deep fry something, I will eat just about anything. I would eat a deep fried bug, depending on what it was. If it just had basically a crunch to it and there was no like filling and stuff, like gooey filling, I'll eat it. Oh, is he actually going to fry them up? Hell yeah, I'd eat those. Absolutely. Especially if they don't look like bugs. Or still does not, yeah. She's like, no. They kind of look like those chocolate gold coins. That's the way I would think about them. I don't know how I feel about that because they're basically like, oh, and it's chewy. They're like eggs. I don't know if I could get past that. Yeah, yeah, she's like me. Marcel really is like me. It's like the texture. That's what really affects me is texture. I don't know if I could do gooey. I love the idea of mochi, but I can't get past the texture of mochi. It's that same kind of thing. I'm not a big fan of gooey stuff. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. At some point, he's got to let them know that that thing exists, right? They're going to be upset with him if they learn that he kept that from them. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, they're real gems. They didn't realize. Oh my gosh. I was thinking that I was like, Senshi literally doesn't care about the fact that they're worth money. Oh my gosh. He's like rattling like, I like that name. Was it Kensuke? That's the name of his sword. Or if the little thing inside his sword. Oh, ghosts we're dealing with. Okay. Here, I was thinking that they were going to be dealing with zombies based on the beginning of the episode. I still can't believe I love that this show like did that fake out like that about making these characters at the beginning seem so important, and then they just are dead. No. Don't go back for it, dude. I can't waste food. What are you doing, sir? Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. We're getting a reintroduction to Falin. We didn't know too much about her. She seems so sweet. And there's her oh, she looks so cute with the bangs. I love Marcel's hair. Oh, she's so kind-hearted. Marcel really seems to look up to Falin. And there's was that the person that left? Oh, and then you got oh, that's right. They're in the openings. You got that dwarf and then there was like the samurai guy. Wonder if it means that we're gonna encounter them again. She very much is. She seems to be like, I don't want to hurt people if I don't have to. I want to save people. She hugs. Wow. Damn, that's ballsy, girl. I wonder if Marcel feels a little bad that she can't do that kind of stuff that Falin can. She can only use, as Lyle says, her flashy magic and can't actually save them. I like how Laos is just like, it's his sister, but he's just like the random magic because he doesn't understand magic like Marcel does. And here's Marcel once again being like, I want to be helpful. I want to be able to do more. She wants to live up to her expectations. Oh no. I can see where Marcel might have a little bit of the like an inferiority complex. Like she really seems to respect and like Falin, but she must feel like kind of second rate in comparison. She's just like almost like the backup mage. It's just not as good. Senshi is he's a good kind of like all-rounder. He knows how to cook, he knows how to do charms, he knows how to take care, like he seems to be very knowledgeable about monsters as well. Senshi is like the meme of like random bullshit. Go. I'm just gonna throw all these in because it seems like it should hopefully work. No. Aw. Oh, that isn't actually Falin's ghost. No. That would be really fucking depressing if that were the case. Hopefully. Okay, they just see people that are close to them. They okay. I was like, that would be really dark. He seems like he's having a blast. Well, they have to learn to like stand on their own without her. How's he gonna be like, we could use this for food because that's all he's thinking about? Ice cream. Oh god, I could use some ice cream right now. All right, I will just live vicariously through them for a bit. Well, until I can actually get something gold. That's right, it has a lot of sugar in it, huh? I like how he doesn't even hesitate. No worries about it if it could be harmful. It's even got like some mint in it or something. Oh, that would be so refreshing. I love that Barcel's just kicking her feet. That's me when I eat something I like. Just like, yeah. He's so cute. Los is just like trying to feed his sword. Like, here. Oh my gosh. He's trying to be positive about it. They would have never mentioned the met Senshi, right? Even Senshi's like, dude, that's fucked. Elsa's gotta he's gotta learn to word things better. That's siblings, right? It's just like they know what I meant to say, or at least. Oh, she's so sweet. Oh, that was a cute episode. That was cute. So not as like informative as the last episode in terms of world building, but still a good episode that they actually remember that Falin exists. I mean, I know that's the whole reason that they're going back into the dungeon, going to find the red dragon in the first place. And it was mentioned in the last episode, but because the thing is, she was taken away from us in the first couple of minutes of the first episode, so we really don't know too much about her. But it was like nice to have some character building, even with her not being there. You can see Marcel's relationship with her. Marcel doesn't seem to be bitter about her, though. She doesn't seem to have any animosity about the fact that Falin is just a more advanced mage. She seems to have a lot of reverence for her, and you can definitely see that Laos, obviously that's his sister, so he has love for her too. But just to see like her character, she seemed like a sweet character from what we saw, but to actually see that she literally will put herself against a zombie to or like ghosts to have them, I guess, pass into the other world in a peaceful way rather than just killing them all, whereas Marcel's like, I'm blast. She's Marcel is like the Danny DeVito meme from It's Always Sunny. Is like, so anyway, I just started blasting. Like that's like violence begets violence, whereas Falin seems to be the type to try and be a pacifist. And she just seems like such a sweet character. I don't know what floor they're on at this point, because there are only 2 floors that they have to get to in order to get to the Red Dragon. I imagine that's going to take some time. I don't think we're just going to make it in 2 episodes. But also, like, cool introductions to the treasure bugs. I loved that fake out with that character, with that party at the beginning, thinking that maybe, I was like, oh, they're going to meet up with these characters and maybe at least have an episode where they're working together, because like the first 5 minutes or so is about, especially that the leader, he seemed like he was going to be kind of a pretty central character. All this build up to them, and then just they're just dead. I love that. That was a great fake out, and just to have our group come across their group and just be like, oh, it looks like the zombies got them. But yeah, the whole thing about the treasure bugs was cool. We also got to see Laos's little, I can already forget what his what he called it, Kensuke or something like that. It's the little bug that lives in his sword. I forgot about that little guy. So it seems like he is going to have some use after all, but it's could be a little dangerous, the fact that that little guy can manipulate Laos, kind of like a parasite taking over its host and telling it to do things. Whether it was doing that to protect him, it seemed to be the case. It seems to not be like a little evil bug. It seems to actually, I don't know, maybe it appreciates the fact that Laos is letting it stay with him and is looking out for him. Or it could just be a situation where the parasite doesn't want its host to die, because then what's going to happen to it? So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I appreciate the fact that there were bugs in this episode, and they ate the bugs, but they didn't look like bugs. They didn't just basically deep fry these like centipede looking things. That would be gross. But yeah, I thought that treasure bug thing, I was like, that's such a neat idea. I don't know if that's something that's a original creation for this world, for this series, but I'm like, man, that is so diabolical. You know about insects that camouflage themselves as other things in the wild, but to actually look like treasure. Also, I love when Senshi just like, it's like, this stuff is useless, just throw that out, and it was actually real gems and coins, because he has no use for them. All he cares about is food and maintaining the dungeon. But yeah, great episode. I liked the kind of personalization, I guess, or like getting into Falin's character a little bit more about her magic. and the little creatures, those treasure bugs, were really cool. I loved that whole thing. And now I have to wonder every time they're going to introduce characters that aren't our group, are they just going to end up dead? And there was that quick little flash of the backstory, and then you had those two characters. I can't remember if the dwarf was with them at the beginning and she was the one who left after their encounter with the red dragon. The samurai guy could have been him as well. I can't remember from the first episode, but we see them during the opening song, during like the opening intro. Or is it the closing one? I can't remember. But either way, I wonder if it means that they're going to run into them again at some point. Maybe they're going to be with different parties. Did they leave on bad terms? Is everything cool with them? That'll be interesting to see. Because there's all those characters during either the opening or closing that they show, and I'm just like, I wonder when we're going to get to see them. But overall, another good episode. I don't think I liked it as much. I think the last episode, just because of how much info we got, the whole thing with like a whole different race, like with the orcs being introduced, I think that was probably one of my favorite episodes. But this was another really good one. So that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna just have to cut it here because I am so hot. I gotta go into the AC. I gotta have some ice cream. It's not gonna be ghost ice cream, but it's gonna be nice ice cream all the same. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to episode 5 of Delicious in Dungeons. And like I said, I don't think there's gonna be an episode next week, so please be patient with me while I deal with all the stuff in the apartments, and so I can get back to my regular recording. So that episode will most likely come out the week after next week. So I thank you guys in advance for your patience for that, and I will catch you for episode 6 of Delicious in Dungeon. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, Icognito, Sean, and Waz RD1.